When looking to make changes in your life, hopefully for the better, to make them permanent, which permanent, still requires consistent maintenance, continual education, continuing to find ways to improve yourself or to improve whatever it is you're changing. But when trying to make changes, you need to make that part of your identity. And when I say make that part of your identity, you have to make that part of who you are. It can't be something that you do, a couple hours a day, a few days a week. One, you're not going to get real results. If you do something half-assed, you're going to get half-assed results. If you're 100% into it, you're going to get 100% of the results. But for me, how I've made long-lasting changes in my life, and I've been lucky enough to be a part of other people's life that have made long-lasting changes. But you have to make it part of who you are and part of your identity. And part of that, is removing old habits to make way for the new habits, the new things you're trying to add in to create change in your life. But again, you have to make that part of who you are. It can't be something that you do part-time unless you want part-time results. I'm real big on self-improvement, like a lot of people know. I'm real big on roofing, like a lot of people know. And that is part of my identity. With roofing, no matter where I am, I'm checking on, the industry in that area. If I'm in, different state, different country, I'm kind of looking at their roofing industry, always looking at roofs, driving down the road, always, have my eyes looking at, oh, there's a roof that needs to be replaced. But that's part of me. And now that's not something that I can just turn off. That's part of my identity. Watching movies and shows, I'm looking at roofs and what kind of roof is that? Oh, that's a nice upgraded roof, or, that roof needs to be replaced. But that's just part of who I am. That's part of my identity. I love roofing. I love the industry. And that's something I look at, think about, work on every single day. And again, I can't just change that because that's part of who I am now. I mean, I can change it over time, but that's part of my identity. Just like self-improvement, no matter what day it is, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm always looking for ways that I can improve, or I'm doing things in my daily habits that are going to help me improve. It's not something I do part-time. I mean, the self-improvement is part of my identity. It's part of who I am. I love it. I eat, sleep, and breathe, self-improvement and roofing. And with self-improvement falls in, helping others. That's something that's part of my identity, that it's just something I do now. I always try to find ways to help people, and now I have people that, reach out to me for help because they know that, that's a true passion of mine. And that's part of making it your identity, to where other people, when they think of you, they think of those traits. And people think of me, I'm looking at myself from a third person, but I would imagine from what I put out there and what people know me from, meeting me face to face, is I'm big on self-improvement, and I'm big on roofing, and I'm big on helping people. That's part of me. That's part of my identity. When people think of me, that know me today, that interact with me, that see me on social media, or that see me on a day-to-day basis, in my professional life, whatever it is, but that's more than likely what they think about when they see me, because I eat, sleep, and breathe that stuff. It became who I am. It's not something I do part-time. It's not something I do for 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday, or, the rest of the time at home, not thinking about roofing, not thinking about self-improvement or helping people. This is 24/7. It never stops. I mean, I may not physically be on a job site. I may not physically be at the office. I may not physically be in front of somebody, helping somebody, but I am always doing that stuff. No matter where I am, you can take me out of this country and I'm going to still be looking for ways that I can improve as an individual, ways that I can improve people around me. And I'm going to be trying to get into the roofing industry. But you have to make it part of your identity. A lot of people, they want to make changes in their life, but they, will just do it part-time. They will just do it a little bit. Well, what you do the most is your identity. So if most of the time, you're being lazy, you're not trying to improve, you're not pushing yourself in every aspect, you're sitting on the couch, you're sitting inside your home, or you're hanging out with the homies or whatever. If that's what you're doing most of the time, and then 2 days a week you're working on yourself, you're working out, you're working in your professional life, that's not your identity. That's something you do a little bit here and there. Your identity is what you do the most. And for some people, unfortunately, it could be nothing. And I really, hope to help change people with these types of videos that I put out there for people to try to find more meaning in their life and try to implement better habits in their life and try to help more people. But self-improvement is something everybody could work on. You'll live a lot more fulfilled life. I digress a little bit, but you have to make it part of your identity. That's where a lot of people fall short. I talked about goals yesterday, and that's where a lot of people set goals and they'll do it for a little bit, but they're like, man, I hate doing this, which everything you do, even if it's part of your identity, you're going to have days where you don't enjoy doing it, where you don't feel like doing it. That's when discipline and consistency kicks in. But, you have people that set goals, but they only do it, a couple days a week, and they end up quitting because they didn't make that part of who they are. If you really want lasting results, if you're really serious about making change, you have to make it part of your identity. That has to be your lifestyle, to the point where people think about you, they think of what it is you do the most. So hopefully, that's good things, improving yourself, helping people, working hard. If you want to be financially, if you want to be rich, you want to be financially secure, financially safe, you have to always be thinking about, ways to make money. Not just 8 hours a day, all the time, on the weekends. You should always be trying to find, if you only can work so many hours at your job, whenever you're not at your job, you should be looking for side gigs. If you're serious about trying to make money, because anybody that's serious about trying to make money has made money because they were serious about it and they made it part of their identity, and everything, all of their awakening hours, they were constantly looking for new ways to make money. They use their time wisely. They know time is the most valuable asset, and if you maximize your time efficiently in the right areas, you can make more money. But, most people that aren't in a financially good place, but, they say that, they're serious about money, you can normally, when I look at you, I don't think of money because I don't see you, working. I don't see, I see you hanging out with the homies. I see you, doing whatever, but that's not your identity. And to get the most out of what it is we're trying to change or implement in our life, we have to make that part of our identity. You're going to get a lot more out of it. You're going to maximize your results, and you're going to get the result that you're trying to get. But you can't half-ass it or do it part-time and expect you're going to get all these results out of it. You have to make it part of your identity if you want to maximize what it is you're trying to change. Make it part of your identity to the point where people think of you. They think of, all these things that you're trying to change in your life, that you have changed in your life, because they see that's all you give your focus and attention to. I hope this helps somebody. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.